With many of the nation's churches in a fragile state, growing congregations must adapt to survive. The leaders of many of these churches are about to take extreme action. They're going undercover in their own churches. Jake Northam is the pastor of the Hills Church in Pine Lake, Nebraska. This week, he'll leave the comforts of his corner office and go work in the trenches with the staff members and volunteers that make his church operate. Then, at the end of this experiment, he'll come clean about his true identity. This is Undercover Pastor.
Hey, I'm Jake. I'm the pastor here at the Hills Church. And most people call me pastor, but the employees here at this church, most importantly, I'm their friend. And today I'm taking a job at the children's ministry.
Hey, I'm Janet.
Hi, Janet. Good to be here. This is great.
Yeah, welcome to the children's department.
It's awesome.
I'm pretty shocked that they hired anyone for the children's ministry because our pastor literally hates children, but. All right, check in.
Okay, easy enough. Let's do it.
So every kid gets a number letter code whenever they arrive.
Okay.
And the Bible says that every child is precious in the eyes of the Lord,
Right.
but here it's a herd of cattle. A child really feels special when he's number 46Z79 Alpha 2.
Okay, they probably have a reason for that, I guess.
Probably not. Honestly, I get the number system. I have 2 kids in my class right now named Hatchet and Windchime. And then over here, we'll get one of these stickers, and these stickers designate each kid's allergy. And every child has at least 4 allergies. Did you know that they're allergic to goldfish crackers now?
Well, that seems like a lot, honestly.
Gluten.
Did you see the way he was holding that baby? There's no chance he has kids himself.
No lie, the worst kids in the entire children's ministry, and everybody knows this, the pastor's kids.
Well, maybe just they caught him on a bad day or something. Maybe they just...
No, trust me, these kids are actual demons. They literally never listen to anybody, and last week I caught the pastor's son throwing rocks at another kid, said he was reenacting the stoning of Stephen.
Oh, well, there you go. At least he knows the Bible stories. He's been taught.
Okay, so usually we'll just start them, we'll check them in here, and then we'll come to a separate classroom for a brief Bible lesson, and then we'll go outside and play.
Oh, fun. Sounds awesome.
Yeah, except we don't really have a playground or a swing set per se because it's not in the budget, although the pastor has these huge flat screens the size of my car in his office, so that's kind of confusing, but whatever.
They're for reviewing my sermons.
We gotta get real creative with the Bible tie-ins just so the parents think that we taught them the Bible. So instead of freeze tag, we play Lot's wife.
That makes
You get it?
sense.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, so how long do the kids play outside typically?
Well, typically around 10 minutes, but the pastor usually goes over on his sermons, and he doesn't understand that the longer he goes on, the more out of control the kids get.
Well, you obviously listen to the pastor's sermons. I mean, I'm sure that they're amazing and intelligent and inspiring, right?
The sermons?
Yeah.
I haven't listened to one in at least 3 years, but I like all of his Instagram posts just so he thinks that I do. Basically, no one cares what happens down here as long as no one dies. But the executives sure care about head count. They've literally never asked me if I need anything or how things are going, but boy, do they care about attendance numbers.
Well, attendance numbers have been pretty solid, honestly, so maybe. Okay, maybe we have some things to improve in the children's ministry. The worship team and the elder teams, I'm sure, will be much better.
Coming up, Pastor Jake visits the worship department.
Yeah, so I heard him sing. That's gonna be a no from me, dog.
After a shocking visit to the children's ministry, Pastor Jake hopes things will get better in the worship department.
What's up? I'm Brandon Bishop. I'm the lead worship pastor here at the Hills Church.
Hey.
Hey man, what's up, dude? Welcome to the worship team.
This is incredible.
Yeah, so I hear you're a vocalist, is that right?
I'm a singer. Yeah, I'm a singer.
Yeah, vocalist.
Okay.
Anyway, come on, show you around.
Okay.
You know, the worst part about being a worship leader is that literally everybody that walks in these church doors think they deserve to be on the worship team. Jesus welcomed everyone, and I get that, but like, we don't. All right, so this is the green room where we literally just sit back here and do nothing during the sermons.
Wow.
I mean, we watch a little bit.
Yeah,
so,
okay,
like,
because we're like spiritual inspiration and wisdom from the pastor.
No, not that at all. No, we just need to know when it's time to go back out on stage, you know?
Wow, I figured everybody would be back here taking notes during the sermon and the pastor.
No, we usually just go to Starbucks.
Totally.
Okay, this is different than I imagined.
All right, I gotta be honest. the most difficult part of my job is just figuring out when to go back on stage after the sermon's over. Okay, it's like, is he wrapping up? I literally have anxiety attacks when he's wrapping up the sermon. It's like, is he done yet? How many bullet points does this thing have, okay? Should I go out there and play a little piano music, or am I premature? It's like this giant game of double dutch that I just never win. I mean, I've literally never gotten it right one time.
Maybe you can just go talk to him. You guys could work out a plan.
Nah, that's not gonna work. No, I don't even think he knows what he's doing out there. Plus, now he wants to do new campuses.
Okay, take the gospel to the ends of the earth.
Yeah, we don't have the musicians for that, okay? It's like he wants Hillsong quality musicians on a kid's praise budget, and that just ain't gonna happen. We ain't got it.
We don't have any talented musicians here?
No, not even, no. Like there's this one dude, Chris, who's like a vocalist. We don't even have his microphone on. Wow. I think he's been here for like 2.5 years and literally has no idea. It's actually hilarious. So this is where we rehearse. Gotta be honest, we do not rehearse that much.
You know what? You should practice probably a little harder. You should take this job more seriously. We pay you a lot of money.
It's the same 3 chords.
Hey, Brandon.
Yeah.
Pastor Jake wants his kid to do a rap intro again.
Oh my gosh. All right, I'll check planning center. Honestly, I should just go work at Elevation.
Okay, we've been trying to encourage Jacob in his art. He's not that bad.
Okay, the pastor's son thinks he's a rapper, 100% the least talented kid on the planet. So over here we have the LaCroix fridge. We got
What is this exactly?
That's Pastor Bingo. Yeah, I came up with that. Just a bunch of phrases that he says like all the time, like lean in and wrestle with, and let's unpack that. We got a whole stack of these somewhere. I'll get you one.
Coming up on Undercover Pastor, Pastor Jake poses as a church consultant to meet with an elder about what's really going on behind the curtains at the Hills Church. Still reeling from his visits to the children's department and the worship ministry, Pastor Jake hopes things will turn around when he meets with Gary Rollins, the church's lead elder.
So I guess we're meeting with a church consultant today. He's apparently going to help us grow our church.
How you doing?
Oh, hey, hi, nice to see you.
Good to see you. This is great. Look at this place.
Yep, this is the Hills Church, obviously. Yeah, our actual title is the Rolling Hills First United Methodist Church. But, 2019, every church is trying to rebrand, so now we're just the Hills Church.
Okay, it's honestly probably better for reaching non-believers, but
Yeah, so they tell us.
That was my idea. Modeled our branding after Life Church.
We do a lot of stealing at this church. Stealing sermons from North Point, stealing worship from Elevation, only we don't use the word steal. No, the church word for steal is model. So we didn't really steal these other ideas from other churches, we modeled it after them. Well, money-wise, we're in a tight spot too because we're trying to attract a younger crowd, but it's the older people who give money, so it's tough.
What are you guys gonna do about it?
Well, the problem is that, the old folks, they want pews and hymnals, young folks want fog machines and gluten-free communion.
It seems like your pastor's in a tight spot here, I'm saying I wouldn't blame him. I'm sure he's working real hard to figure that out,
And the pastor's wife, she's the women's ministry leader because, well, of course she's on the payroll. The pastor's wife sells essential oils to the women of the congregation. I'm no lawyer, but it seems like a gigantic conflict of interest.
She's been busy. She started her own business selling essential oils. That's a real thing people need.
Yeah, let's face it, we're a very white church. And white churches these days are obsessed with diversity.
Yeah, probably for good reason.
Right, but we can't just change the demographic by snapping our fingers, no matter how hard we try. We're doing the best we can. Whenever a minority couple comes into the church, we make sure that we get their picture in all the brochures, we get them on stage to do the announcements. I don't know what else we can do. We're trying to be inclusive. Well, you're a consultant. Got any ideas?
Looks like you guys have a lot of obstacles here. At least at the end of the day, you have a strong, biblically based past.
Who didn't go to seminary. Yeah, turns out they don't give you a degree for attending the Hillsong Conference. Jake's a solid preacher, don't get me wrong, but on our Super Bowl Sundays, Christmas and Easter, he just doesn't deliver. He's the Dan Marino of pastors.
Listen, at the end of the day, I think this church has a very bright future. You got a real walk the walk, talk the talk type of pastor,
Last month, when he struck out in church league softball, he yelled the F word in front of 200 people.
After an eye-opening few days, Jake is ready for the final reveal.
Assumed it was a budget meeting.
Well, no, if it was a budget.
Oh, well, I thought you did call.
No, I didn't.
Oh, what's up, dude?
Hey, you guys, listen, I just wanted to say thanks so much for showing me around this week. I learned a great deal about the church and the ministry here. I just wanted to tell you guys one thing. I'm your pastor.
Whoa.
Yikes.